you're 27, and you have a daughter, right? How old is your daughter right now?
She's 5 months, 5.5. Let's see, 5.5 months now.
So this is a little kid. This is all very new to you.
Yeah.
And I could tell, like, when me and Malcolm used to come to Long Island and work out with you, you were working out going hard, but on top of your mind was your daughter. Hey, I got to leave here at a certain point in time. Right. I got to go home and meet my daughter.
Right.
How has that changed your life?
It actually propelled me a little bit more. It propelled me a lot more because in the beginning I was just like, all right, I want to do this, and I have X amount of years to do it. That's my goal. When we found out we were expecting, it's like a switch, and I can't explain it. It's just like I literally woke up that next day, and my energy was just different. Like, all right, now if I don't do the things I set out to do, somebody's gonna be failing.
She's not gonna eat
down. She's not gonna have a roof over her head. You know what I'm saying? So when I wake up, it's like, all right. First of all, my alarm goes, don't be good, be great. Like 15 minutes later, then the last one after that is like, don't wake your daughter up. She needs to get her rest. You got to get up. You got to do what you got to do. If you're still sleeping, that's a problem. But she's probably my biggest motivator. You know, outside of wifey and family and my boy. But she's number one right now because I want to make her proud. So I wake up, I'm like, all right, I gotta do this. And like I come home, I know she's waiting for me. Like, believe it or not, like my wife would tell me, she's like, when I bring her in the room 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, she stares at you for like 10 minutes before she goes to sleep.
For real?
When I'm home, like this morning, I'm getting ready. I close the door. I'm in the bathroom getting ready. She's looking at the door waiting for me to come in. So it's like, all right, she's always that locked in on me. I don't want to see, because at the end of the day, I posted this, I want to say maybe a few weeks ago, the man that she's going to marry one day. And it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. I'm not gonna be on this. I'm gonna never get married.
You gotta wait till you're 35.
Right. At some point,
to have your first boyfriend.
Right. At some point, she's gonna have a person.
Right.
Right. And she's gonna model him after me.
Yeah.
We always. I don't know if your parents have ever said it. You always marry somebody like your parent.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
So she's gonna look for a dude who's motivated, a dude who's successful, a dude who's into his personal health, a dude who looks after his family, a dude who'll do anything to make sure that he protects his and does right by them. So I make sure that I do that so that when she's growing up, she doesn't entertain clowns. So when she says that, I think I like so and so. I think we're dating. I'm like, all right, well, if she's interested in this person, he has to be somewhat in my type of timeline and like my type of wavelength, and working towards certain goals. I know that she's not gonna be some dude like, I work at McDonald's, man.
Yeah.
But he has to find his Jordans on. She's gonna be like, all right, this dude, he carries himself well, but he wants to do this. He wants to do this, and he's doing this. I'm like, all right, whoa, I can help this young brother out.
So does that motivate you to treat your wife better? Because you know that's what she's going to model it. Okay, this is how daddy talks to mom. This is how I should be spoken to.
Absolutely. That's even another area she's helped me grow. I'm not saying that we have a bad relationship. We've always had a great relationship. But even just like little things like, I don't like yelling in front of her.
Absolutely.
I don't want to have an argument. Even if it's like over like, oh, you buying dinner tonight, I thought you were buying dinner. I don't like to have those arguments in front of her. And I know it's inevitable. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. But I want her to be like, all right, this is how it should be conducted. If we do have an argument, it's all right, we're going to go to another room. Or can you go to your room? We got to handle something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be more like, I want her just to really understand like how she should be and live her life.
Right. For me, it's kind of crazy because I don't have a daughter. My only responsibility in life is myself.
Right.
Right? Now when you wake up and you see this little girl, it's like, yo, you have to, everything is for her.
Right.
You know what I mean? How is it having that responsibility on your hands?
I love it.
You love it?
Pressure makes diamonds. I'm a big believer in that. So like I said before, it's forced me to do more. Right? So in the beginning, it was just like, oh, I'm training and I'm building clients, I'm building my brand, but it's forced me. Since she's been alive, I've got a website up. I've pushed more merch. I've put out more content. I've been able to maximize time and be more. Believe it or not, when you have a kid, bro, you have time. Like your window for doing things is short. And I understand when some people say, I had kids and that's why I didn't do this. And I don't want to be that guy neither. So
I feel like that's an excuse in most of the time.
It could be, but for some people, I can also see how it could be realistic. But for me, it's like, all right, I know when I'm with her, I'm not going to get X, Y, Z done until later. So if I wake up now, I could get this done, set myself up to do this later, and I have the day spent with her.
So it's made you a more regimented person.
Yeah.
Like kind of have to,
It's a little more structured.
Yeah, work with a schedule more kind of thing. When you first found out that your girlfriend was pregnant, what was it? Your wifey. Wait, were you guys married prior to her getting pregnant?
No, we've been together, this would be 10 years. So we started dating fall 2011. This is 2020, so 9 years. We've already knew at the direction we were going. It was just a matter of when. So when we found out, it was like, all right, hey, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So I did the whole proposal. We did that. That was great. So when she was born, I wanted on her birth certificate to have both our last names on there.
Okay.
Like Stacker, not her last name, my last name. I wanted to be, we were united, and this is how we're moving forward.
And what's your daughter's name?
My daughter?
Yeah.
Loren Gray
Stacker.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yo, what's going on over there?
We good?
It was like rain falling in here?
It's a brief intermission.
Yeah, brief intermission. Are we good though?
All right.
But yeah, all right. So you're a smart guy, man. You know how to utilize social media. I would say, obviously, you've been in the game for a while. I don't know if you guys touch up on this, but I'm going through your IG. You have a video that hit over 2 million views.
Yeah.
So I want to say congrats on that. Reels, I would say IG Reels.
Yeah.
Over 2 million views.
Got the Oprah, man.
Yes.
Wait, Oprah posted?
Yeah, on the Oprah magazine Instagram, she reposted it.
You lying? That's why.
Hand on the Bible.
That's crazy.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
A couple celebrities saw it and reposted it. And I don't even know. I just posted I just like doing things with my daughter. I'm like, yo, look, I'm doing this for my daughter. I don't know what you're doing. You have kids. You can do this too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And a lot of celebrities started seeing it. I was like, wait a second. Dudes that hit me like, yo, you seen this? Like, I don't know who that is.
Who else reposted it?
India Love. She posted it twice actually. 2 times.
India Love better behave. She better behave. This is a married man right here.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Sure.
But ever since then, do you say you utilize your daughter when you work out for the views, or to build, magic, or you use it to just build a relationship for her so she can see this as
it's just
she
really
when she grows up?
Authentic. At first when my daughter first was born, I had posted a picture and I was like, I'm not going to drown you guys with pictures of my daughter. I don't want to be that parent or that person who's like, oh, this guy's posting this kid again. But a little bit of a background story why I post me working on my daughter so much is because I'm super into my health and into my fitness, and a lot of things people will say is, oh, when you have a kid, that's out the window. Yo, you about to get that dad bod. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. So what I like to do is just show the message like, yo, look, I have my child. She works out with me, and I incorporate her into my workout. She's 15 pounds. That's the whole kettlebell or a dumbbell, whatever you want it to be. So for me, it's just like, yo, I'm just showing ways that you could still get yours. Whether you don't have to necessarily use weights to work out all the time, like we were talking about before. My daughter's involved and she loves it. Yeah, at first I was like, I don't think she's gonna like this, but she laughs every time whether I do a shoulder press or a burpee or a swing. She just loves it. So that's why I post with her a lot. And so it's really to motivate the fathers. Not nothing against the mothers. The mothers, they already do a great job in that area.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But fathers, I feel like sometimes drop the ball. Oh, I have a kid. No, I can't do that. I gotta work. Yeah, you gotta do that, but you could do more. You can always do more.
And they could look at your page and use that as motivation.
Right. So I don't use her to build my numbers up. She has her own Instagram, and I would love for her to have her own clout. I don't want her to be like, oh, you're Stax's daughter. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be like, oh, that's Loren. Like when she's obviously of age, I don't want her to be always tagged by me. You know what I'm saying? But she's 5 months. She doesn't know how to use it.
Facts. Who created that? You or the wifey?
I created, but it was a mutual conversation.
What's the idea behind that?
Honestly, people started saying your daughter's beautiful. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Like, I appreciate it. Like, you always say, for the most part, babies are beautiful. And then, like, a lot of people start saying, no, your daughter's really beautiful. Your daughter's really beautiful. I'm like, all right, well, if she could model from it, that'd be great. And not for clout, but if she could model, say, do a Gerber commercial or a Huggies commercial, and she gets a payout for that, that'll go in her account. When she's 18 years old, she could touch that money. Okay. So it's kind of like just another way of creating her own income. Because I didn't have that when I was a baby. I thought I was a cute baby. You know what I mean? My wife thought she was a cute baby, but nobody, and we didn't have the social media and technology we have now. All right, it may take off. It may not take off. My daughter may one day want to do something entrepreneurial. She'll have a platform already. She'll have money in her own account for just being who she is. Yes. Obviously, I'm going to help her have her accounts and put money in it and, make sure I'm investing in her and open credit lines for her. But at the end of the day, I can say, hey, look, we put you in modeling at, XY month, XY year. You have XY thousand in this account. That's just for you.
And that's being as a smart parent, bro. And like everything goes back to Todd Billy. He does the same thing, but he does it in a different field of like obtaining money and giving it to his son. And his son already is up like $40,000. Right. And he's like, I believe, like 5 months old. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Like he get money like that.
What does he do with his son?
What does he do with his son?
Yeah,
no, he doesn't do anything with his son. Like he obtains money from his business and really gives money to his son. But he has the same mindset as like, and I'm saying this so people could realize like we live in a different world than we did 20 years ago. And there was a tweet of saying this gentleman went out to eat with his mother and he said, yo, He showed his mom, like, I just made $1,000. I just made $400 the next hour.
Right.
She goes, you making money just like that?
Right.
And I quoted it, and I go, this ain't the 80s no more.
Right.
So people should not hate you for doing that at all. Right. They should respect it because this is the world we live in.
Right.
You understand? Like, we should be producing businesses for our child,
right.
for them to attain their own money.
Right.
Because what it look like when they get 18, there's no money there.
Right.
You know, no disrespect. And I'm not blaming any parents, but what I'm saying is, for the new upcoming parents, this is the world we're living in. Yes. Because of social media, you can start any business you want with this thing in your pocket.
And that's kind of going back to me, my whole college journey of playing football, is that I wasn't awarded. My parents didn't have thousands in the bank. They didn't say, hey, look, wherever you want to go. They said, yeah, do whatever you want to do. But I still had to come out of pocket. So when I was in JUCO, I didn't have a scholarship. I had to pay out of pocket. I mean, I got everything else for free. Like, yo, you're on our team. We're going to give you X, Y, and Z. So it's kind of like having a scholarship. But I still had to pay. You know, I started to take loans. I started to fend for myself. So being in that experience, and wifey too, she's in school, you know, pursuing a PA.
Shout out to wifey.
Yeah, get her degree to be a PA. Excuse me. I want to make sure that from our experiences, we're both paying off our student loans, and we're both in a position. So it's like, all right, now how do we change culture for the next generation? All right, put money into her account now, so that when she has her future kids, and my future kids have kids, they have money already boiling, and they know, all right, Dad, Grandpa passed this down. Now I'm gonna pass it down to you. You know what I'm saying? So it creates that generational wealth.
Yeah.
This is a question I always ask myself: how I'm gonna handle it when I have kids? Because you're a very driven guy. That's very apparent. And I'm sure, as you said, your parents didn't have a lot of money, and I'm sure that's part of the drive that you have.
My dad is 69 years old. My mom's 70. They still working.
They still working.
They still working, and that bothers me.
Why does that bother you?
Because they're working because they have to, not working for leisure.
Right.
At that age, you should be able to say, all right, I'm cool. Like, I'm working because I just really enjoy what I do. Not because I got to make sure I got to keep the lights on. So I make sure that when I grind, it's for wifey, it's for my daughter, it's for my parents. At some point, I want to be able to say, hey, this is my house and this is your extension. Or, hey, I bought you a house too.
So,
you know?
So that's definitely part of what drives you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this, like, you want to be a millionaire one day, I'm sure, maybe even more than that. Same for me, same for Malcolm.
Right.
How do you have a kid, so this is more pertinent to you. How do you make sure your kid has that same drive, that same hunger, but with you providing a lavish lifestyle for her? Because she's never going to have those lessons that you were taught.
Right. So me having her, even at 5 months now, just her being around, she's going to see. At some point, she's going to be 4, 5, 6 years old. Dad, I want to help you. And everybody knows this. Daddy's girls and mother's boys.
Mama
that is
boys.
what it is.
It's a fact.
I'm a big mama boy.
I'm the last of 4, so I already know. But my dad he had entrepreneurial dreams, and I watched him. He had his business cards. Hey, I need you to do this for me. Okay. Hey, this how you do, how I speak to a client. This how you do X, Y, and Z. So her just being around, she's gonna learn how to handle those situations. So she won't have my same experiences growing up in terms of like a struggle, but she'll be able to watch to see how I move to move accordingly. Just showing her. She's gonna have her own storyline. She's gonna have her own trials and tribulations, and I'm cool with that. But just her being around and seeing what I do and what mommy does, she's gonna be like, all right, well, my dad would handle it this way, or my mom would handle it this way. I'm gonna handle it accordingly. So that's no reason why I have it with me all the time. It's not just nobody else is gonna watch it, and I have to make sure I'm doing what I gotta do. It's even at this age right now, they're absorbing so much information. Like, all she knows when she gets older, she's gonna know fitness. She's gonna know, get up and grind. Like, it's not gonna be new to her.
So you're gonna make sure she gets into fitness as she becomes of age.
If she wants to, I don't want to force on her.
She's gonna want to do whatever you I feel like.
I'm confident in that, but also if there's a point where she's like, I want to be a dancer, I want to play piano, I'm gonna say, hey, look, this is what Daddy does with fitness. You can apply it to what you do. Wake up early and practice. Wake up and do your routine. I don't want to force what I love on her, like, you're gonna wake up and lift weights with me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you play a sport, you got to do this now because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I want, like I said, just keeping her around. She's gonna want to do it naturally. Like, a little background on me. I didn't necessarily grow up in the gym. My dad was very health conscious. My brother was a coach and played sports. My brother-in-law played sports, and I always work out with him. As I got older, I realized that's what I really liked. But growing up, my parents didn't drive, so when we were walking home with groceries, my dad do some shrugs. All right. Hit some bicep curls. All right. I'm at the playground. Can you pull yourself up? Nah. All right. I did 1. Do it 3 more times. Or, do it 5 times. All right, cool. You just did pull-ups. So now I'm working out, not even knowing I'm working out, but I was just exposed to those type of different things. And that's how I train too. That's why I'm so unique, because my home gym may be packed out, but I could still cook you in the front lawn.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I thought I was gonna lift weights. I don't need the weights to get you right. You know what I mean? So I want her to be exposed to a little bit of everything.
You say your dad is 70. Is he still in shape? Is he still going?
Yeah, I mean he's a little heavier now, but my dad doesn't drive.
Okay.
So he rides his bike to work. He rides his bike to the grocery store unless I'm around. I make sure he doesn't.
So he has a fit 70-year-old.
Yeah, my dad still run laps around a lot of dudes.
Word.
Yeah, my dad hits me like let's do some push-ups. And I'm like, yeah. You give me a band workout. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Do you ever try to put him through a workout just to
no, because he won't do it.
Oh, he won't do it?
He'll just be like, all right, I'm done. Like, so I just make it real, like, casual.
Okay.
Like, all right, let's go for, a bike ride. And that's good enough for him. He just wants to be, there.
Ever told on a nigga? Nope. Ever squeezed the trigger? Yep. Ever set a nigga up? Nope. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck?